Hi, everybody. This is AlphaTraveler1. Welcome to our week stream, and this is a new stream. And as you know, we're trying to help our people in our community. And today we're going to have um, Cheri's Cheri, who will be joining us shortly. I just sent her an invite to the Google Hangout. So hopefully she'll be here relatively soon. But this is going to be a lot of fun, guys. Just to tell you, the reason why I say this is going to be a lot of fun is we're going to be talking about, we're really going to be talking about deals that are available for Disneyland, Disney World, and everything else. So, guys, it's gonna be a smash. I just invited Cheri, and she'll be on here shortly. Meg, thank you very much. Mary Ellen, thank you very much. Cheri, I just sent you an invite to your through Google Hangout. I want to see if you have it. Hey, Steve, thanks for coming. How are you? So we're gonna give it a few minutes for for everybody to kind of come on. Um, Hold on, let me try this again. Cheri, it's that link has gone to your Gmail account. So hopefully you could check that, and there should be a link there that'll take you in. Steve, don't don't type while you're driving. That's not a good thing. So everybody, so just as we work this out, as Cheri go get the link and join us. This is going to be really cool, as we all know that this is all about really helping all of our people in our community. In this instance, helping everybody understand, there's actually, hey Molly, how are you? Thank you for joining. How are you? Laser Cat, thank you very much for joining. So this is all about empowering everybody, all our subscribers, along with having Cheri come in and potentially someone helping kind of use her services if you are looking for someone who can help, right? So hopefully, AD&G Explorer, how are you? Derek, thank you for joining. As we get everybody in, we'll get started as soon as Cheri makes it here. I think this will be the first time she's using Google Hangouts. So hopefully she'll be able to make it soon. Hmm. So Cheri, it says send invite as AlphaTraveler1, and I've just put in your email. At gmail.com. You know what? I'm gonna see if I could. I'm gonna cut and paste this link, Cheri, and check your Twitter account, and and we should be able to get you there. So hold on a moment. Hey Angela, how are you? Just out and about. How are you guys? Thank you very much for coming. By the way, have you guys gone back to one of my favorite parks, Busch Gardens, Virginia yet? I think they should be all decked out for Christmas, right? So everybody, really quick. So one of our moderators, Mickey's Magic or Meg, she is really close to 1,000 subscribers. So want to see, if you're not subscribed to her already, make sure you do that. Let's get her through that hump. So one of the things that I truly love about our community here is we have a lot of folks who love different types of parks and who live really close to different type of parks. So from just out and about, they're near the Virginia region where I used to live, and my home park was no surprise, Busch Gardens, Virginia. Had a lot of fun there. So every now and again, I'm always thinking about that. And when they do go, they actually do post those, and I love those videos because it brings me back. So very, very cool thing as it relates to their channel. So if you don't have not checked them out, go check them out as well. By the way, Laurel, how are you doing in Down Under? Everybody, meet little Oz Laurel. She is from Australia. She has been one of our oldest supporters, and she is really cool. Even though she has, I think, one video, which one or two videos, it's still really cool. She takes her time, and she is really cool. Even though she has, I think, one video.
Hey, Kenny, can you see me now?
It's still really cool. Do you have a headpiece? Even though she has, I think, one video. Cheri, do you have a headpiece? The reason why I'm saying is the video is coming through a feedback through your side.
Okay, is that better?
Absolutely.
Hey, how are you?
Great. So really quick, I'm gonna do a really quick roundabout hellos. Destination Storm, how are you? Hip Top, thank you very much for coming and supporting. Noah, thank you for coming. So we have a lot of people here. Everybody, Juan, how are you? Thank you for coming and supporting. So everybody, Juan is actually from California, one of our West Coast brothers there. So I want to make sure that you guys are aware, everybody in our stream, we're really very diverse. And, Pirate Princess Red, she's on West Coast as well. So I do appreciate everybody. So thank you all very much for coming. For the mods, if anybody new come in and we're talking, please just say hello to them, please. Slot Machine Love, how are you? Thank you for coming. So everybody, thank you all very much for coming. This is a very special event simply because this is a new series that we're gonna go to help our channels, our friend channels, everybody, help everybody out. And at the same time, I think this actually helps our community because Cheri's an expert. She could kind of help us out to say, hey, what's the best time? What's the cheapest time to go anywhere, right? So what I've found is that there's no consistency as it relates to what people know about deals and stuff. And this is the reason why I want to make sure that we have a consistency, be able to give everybody a ability to say, if we want to go somewhere, how cheap and when to go, what's the best way, all that good stuff. So this is the reason why we're here. And Cheri is a big part of our community. Even though she's a very small channel, but still she is very active. For those of you who don't know, go check her out. Really cool. She's always one of the first ones to kind of support you in Twitter and different streams. So I want to make sure you're aware of that. And this is the reason why we brought her here first. So before we go on further, I want to give you an idea. We're going to be adding a small piece of this as it relates to channels, how, you know, as it relates to travel. So we're going to have Cheri, and we're going to have another channel, which I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag, but we're going to rotate because they're all a part of our great community. Every stream we're going to try to have them on here to kind of talk about what's out there, what's the deals, what's the special, so everybody can get an understanding how to, you know, benefit from it. So thank you all very much. And the reason, what I need from Cheri is to kind of talk what she does. And once we do that, what we're going to do is we're going to go to some Q&A. And then after the Q&A, she'll talk about the deals to go to, say, Disneyland. And then we'll do a little more Q&A, and then we're going to ask her to talk about the most current deals going to Disney World. And then we're going to do a little more Q&A, and she's going to give us the best deal she has that's not Disney. How's that, guys? So, and then we'll kind of wrap that up. So this is kind of a way to help everybody get a better understanding. Hear from an expert, Cheri. So everybody, thank you all very much for coming. I am going to pass the floor to Cheri to kind of introduce herself or her service. And once she's done, we're going to go to a Q&A, which I have a list of questions from a lot of my supporters. So Cheri, you have the floor.
Well, thank you so much, Kenny. And I just want to check and make sure you can hear and see me okay.
Perfectly.
Okay. All right. Well, hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here. I'm so happy that Kenny has invited me onto his channel. I have enjoyed his channel for about a year now. That's about when I found YouTube. And so I started my channel about March. So very new, still very new to YouTube. I've been on, you know, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter for years. But yeah, so this is my first experience with YouTube, but to kind of introduce myself, kind of tell my story, kind of a funny story because I know that we have a huge Disney community out there, and I'm so happy that they have embraced me in that community. But my travel agent actually started with Disney. So we're talking 1986, folks. I know I'm ancient, but we went to Disney World when I was 16 years old, and I was so excited to go to this new park called Epcot. And you know, no one had really heard of it, didn't really know what it was. And when I got there and I saw all those countries, you know, from all around the world and all of those cultures. And I was just absolutely floored. And I was like, this is what I want to do. I want to become a travel agent. And I don't know if I will ever be able to visit these countries, but I would love to be able to at least help other people visit these countries. So just overwhelmed. And so I then, after high school, attended the Associated Travel Schools in Miami. So I spent a little time in Miami doing my travel school down there, which was very exciting. And then through the years, I worked at different places, including hotels, resorts. I worked for Carnival. I worked for Disney Dining, and I started my travel agency about 12 years ago. So been working, you know, for myself, you know, since then, and just enjoying each and every day more and more. And like I said, I found YouTube about a year ago. We were planning a trip to Disney, so I had never really been on YouTube before this, but I went on YouTube thinking, well, maybe I could find some videos about Disney. And it just so happened that it popped up with Josh from Resort TV 1. and he was at Epcot. And so they were showing the candlelight processional, which I, especially when I worked Disney dining, I booked, candlelight packages all the time and everything. So I was just floored and absolutely fell in love with YouTube. So been hooked ever since, and here I am. And I'm, like I said, just so grateful for the Disney community to embrace me like they have, and so excited to, launch my own channel now. So thank you, Kenny.
You're welcome. So everybody, we have Cheri here. So really quick, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to go in there. I'm actually answering those questions. So question number one, what is the best time to go to Disney?
Okay.
And why?
All right. Well, usually when people ask that question, they want to know crowd size. When is going to be the lowest crowd size? So I have always found that January and February are the best time to go to Disney. Not only are the crowds lower, but also the weather is much nicer. And I know a lot of people love the hot weather, but us Midwesterners, we're not really used to that kind of heat. So that can be challenging in the summertime. And I understand people have kids, and that's the only time they can go is during summer vacation or something like that. And that's fine. That's fine. But as far as the lowest prices, the lowest crowds, the best weather, I found January, February to be great. Now, also, the first week in December is also a good time to go. And then you can catch the Christmas parties as well. So that's a good time to go. September, I feel like, is a good time to go, even though it is hurricane season. So if you can kind of be flexible and know, okay, maybe, there might be some weather involved, that's also a good time to go. And then the Halloween parties are going on during that time too. So it's an excellent time to visit Disney.
So that is the number one in terms of questions that I get. So what I typically do is I get that scrub. I look at my emails and look at some of the questions that I read. So that was number one question. Number two is the best way to save money going to Disney.
Well, I would say booking early. Booking early is the best way to save money, because not only can you lock in your reservation, because, availability sometimes, especially if it's a very popular time to go, the availability may not be there. So if you can book early, you can also readjust that price as the deals come out for that time period. Disney doesn't actually put their deals, promos, out there until about 4 to 6 months, 3 to 6 months. I'll say 3 to 6 months before the dates. So, but the great part about it is we can book Disney 499 days in advance. So you can do with a $200 deposit, you can lock that reservation in, lock your room in, go ahead and put your tickets and dining on there. I recommend that as saving money too, do the whole package together like that. And then you can make payments. You can make payments on it for 2 years. So it's fantastic. And that way you can budget your money out. And it's a wonderful, wonderful way. And also, I will put a second asterisk to that one. I have found, and maybe everybody else knew about this in the world but me, but I have found the Disney Visa card. Okay? The Disney Visa card pays you rewards for everything that you spend. So if you can put your you're just eating out, your gas, you get more you get more rewards for restaurants and using it for gasoline at the grocery store, anything that you buy Disney, so you can actually put your Disney vacation on there and earn more reward points. And my gosh, I started my Disney Visa in in February, before we went to Disney in February. And I already have like over $200 in Disney rewards, and these are actual dollars. These are not like points that you convert to dollars. Those are dollars. So I have over $200 to put towards my room next year at Disney. And the best thing about it too is not only can you use it for Disney, you can also, maybe one year you're not going to Disney. I know. That's bad to say that. But say maybe you want to go on a cruise. So you can also apply those dollars toward your flights. So if you're not going to Disney that year, you can still put it toward your flights. You can put it toward the shop Disney, buy Christmas presents with it. I mean, it's just phenomenal. I just absolutely love it.
That's awesome. So before we go on there, I want to say something. There's a Larry Snow, really cool guy. I've actually chatted with a while ago, and he's in here. So just want to say hello to Larry and just welcome, guys. And then all those people who just came here, welcome here. We have a lot of moderators here, so hopefully they're here to kind of help, kind of guide you and answer some questions. So we're here with Cheri from Awesome Sunset Travels. We're talking about how to save money, and talking about packages from Disney. So I have a list of questions here as well. So Larry, thank you. Lisa, thank you for coming. So we're going to go to our segment part, in which is now we're going to ask Cheri to talk about the best package now or deal going to Disneyland. So if you don't mind, Cheri, you have the floor again.
All right, Disneyland. Well, for our folks that are out there on the West Coast, or maybe it's closer for them to go out to the West Coast, or maybe they've just been to Disney World, several times and they want to see something new. We can definitely help you. Oh, and it kicked me out. I have to sign back in. Bear with me. But yeah, we can definitely help you with a trip over to Disneyland. And also, hey, if you want to go to Disney Paris or Tokyo Disney or whatever you want to do, I can help you make that happen as well. So bear with me a sec.
So really quick, while you're logging in, and Rob Fuzz actually asked, what is your favorite Disney World tip?
My favorite Disney World tip. I guess my favorite Disney World tip is to become very, very, very familiar with my Disney experience, because you can plan every single part of your trip on my Disney experience. Plus, you can find out your wait times. You can find maps. They have the new mobile order now for the quick service restaurants. I mean, like, you can be standing in line for a ride. Hopefully you have a fast pass that you booked on my Disney experience, so you don't have to wait so long. But say, you're in line for a ride, and you can sit there and you can order your food while you're in line. And then when you get to the restaurant, you say, hey, I'm here. By the time you go get your table, your food's ready. And then you can just run up and grab it. I mean, how much of a time saver is that? Not only time, but energy. So you don't have to stand in line for your food. I mean, whenever you're hungry, I don't know about you guys, but that's when my energy level is the lowest. So, that is very, very helpful. And book those fast passes. You as a resort guest, a Disney resort guest, you can book them 60 days in advance. So you get a jump on everybody else. your dining reservations 180 days in advance. You get a jump on everybody else if you're staying on property, because everybody else has to wait until their 180 days and then book the next day and then book the next day and then book the next day. But if you're staying on property, you can book your whole stay, you know, at that 180-day mark. So yeah, just get very familiar between DisneyWorld.com and MyDisneyExperience.com. You can, you know, you have the power of Disney in your hand. So that, I think, would be my best tip.
Awesome. So Rob, there goes your tip. So let's were you able to log in to see
I was. So, you know, they give us a whole list, you know, so I don't know if you want me to go, you know, through.
No, just pick the best one you see on there.
Okay, so this one, let's see. This one is save up to 25% on select rooms at Disneyland Resort Hotel. So this is going to include Disney's Grand Californian, save up to 20% on standard rooms and 25% on premium rooms. The Disneyland Hotel, same thing, 20 on standard, 25 on premium. Disney's Paradise Pier Hotel, save 10% on those. So, but that's the great part about Disney. Like I said, they're always running specials. And if they're not running a special during the time period that you're there, go ahead and book it. Go ahead and book it early. We can reprice it. We can reprice it as it comes, you know, the deals come along. So I can help you with that.
25%. That's actually pretty good.
It is. And
so, okay.
That's a lot.
So guys, there goes your best deal for now. So let's go back to the Q&A. So this I thought was very interesting, because when I saw the question, it made me wonder too. What is better, buying a Disney trip, package or no package?
Well, I'm going to say package, and the reason why I do is because you can save up to 20 to 30% on your dining if you book the dining plan. Now, I've heard, you know, many people review. I think Michael K just did a review of this a few weeks ago on which dining plan he thought was worth it, if any of them were. And he agreed with me that the plus dining, which is the middle plan, is the best value, because you're going to have character experiences that you can book for, you know, plus you're going to have your tickets already in there, and then your hotel all combined. And if you do the math and you add up all of those separately and then you add them up together, you're saving money. So yeah, I've definitely compared those two.
Okay, so here's another one which I know the answer to, but I want to see what your answer is.
Okay.
How do you save on Disney merchandise vacation?
Oh, you were cutting out. Can you say that again? Sorry.
Yeah, the question is, how do you save on Disney merchandise when you're on vacation?
Oh, well, somebody, I think it was Meg, put that in the chat I saw a while ago. I kind of forgot about that. But yes, you can actually save an extra 10% if you have a Disney Visa. You can save 10% on your merchandise. And I did that. And also, here's another tip for you. Disney World. Now, I'm not sure about Disneyland. I can check. But Disney World is offering a perk, I guess you would call it, that if you're staying on property and you decline the housekeeping, okay, so, you know, they're still, you know, gonna, you know, refresh your towels and things like that, but just, you know, the full housekeeping service, you can decline that. And they gave me a $30 gift card just for declining the housekeeping. And so I was able to take that $30 gift card, and we went straight to Disney Springs, and I bought me a Mickey and Minnie shirt that I absolutely love, because Mickey's my favorite, but I absolutely love when Mickey and Minnie are together. And so I got me a Mickey and Minnie shirt. And then I got my husband a Star Wars hoodie because I would have spent $30 on my shirt anyway. So I was like, well, you might as well get a $60 item. And that way, you know, it kind of balances out till we spent the same amount of money. So I bought him a Star Wars hoodie, and I was able to get the 10% a discount on his by using the Disney Visa card. And then also, you know, you get reward points on top of that. So definitely, I, again, use that Disney Visa card.
So there's one more question before we go to the deals in Disney World. So this one is weird, kind of weird, but not really, because we do have a lot of subscribers from UK and Europe. So they're asking me if I knew, which I didn't. So this is kind of one of the reasons why I'm going to bring this up. Is there any difference in terms of pricing for someone booking from Europe versus here in the States? And you know, I kind of just want to throw that out there.
Right. And so I know Disney has a UK desk that handles all of their folks that are coming over from the UK. So I'm not as familiar with that, but I would very much enjoy to find out a little bit more about that and let you all know what I find out. I am not sure if they have the same deals as we do. I assume they do, but you know, they may have, you know, totally different promos for over there. So I will check into that, and then I'll report back to you. How's that sound?
Awesome. So Alana made a great point, and she says, what about the character warehouse? That is a great way to save money when shopping.
Oh my goodness. Yes. And I tell you what, next time I go, I'm definitely going to the character warehouse. We weren't as aware of that. Like I said, I was totally new to YouTube, and I hadn't found out about the character warehouse until I saw, you know, all of these YouTubers vlogging, you know, all of these deals at the character warehouse. And I was just absolutely floored. I was like, okay, so next time we go, we're definitely going to have to go over there and check that out. But yes, that is fantastic. And we have an outlet, you know, here. So a lot of the, you know, malls now do have, you know, like a character warehouse type thing. So definitely, if you have something like that in your area, go there. And I have saved a lot of money by going just to our, you know, character warehouse here in St. Louis. So yes,
That's awesome.
mm-hmm.
Just to give you an idea, now that I know that there were a character warehouse in the last 2 years, before I even get to Disney World, I actually go shopping at the character warehouse.
Very good.
The last time I shopped there, I actually calculated how much I saved. I actually saved 86% off retail rates.
Isn't that amazing?
Which is incredible.
That is incredible.
Okay, so now it's time for your best deal for Disney World in Orlando.
Yes. So now you got to bear in mind, folks, that these deals go quick. So I don't know about the availability still yet on these, but if you can get one of these stay, play, and dine deals, oh my goodness, they give you free dining. So that is a huge, huge savings. So right now, for 2019, they have the stay, play, and dine deal for most nights between January 1st and March 9th, which also, like I said, is the best time to go. So that's kind of how Disney kind of fills in these hotel rooms on the off seasons, is they'll run a promo and get people, you know, interested in coming back. So that can be a huge, huge savings, because if you're staying at a value resort, so say like one of the all-star music, movies, or sports, or even Pop Century, which, you know, people are loving now, especially with the new renovations there. You can get the quick service dining for free, but guess what? You can upgrade that. So you can upgrade that to the plus dining, to where you get 1 table service, 1 quick service, and 2 snacks per person per night. And then you get the resort refillable mug, which, like I say, it's only refillable in the resort, but we use that a lot. We used it for, in the mornings, when we had breakfast, we would refill it a couple times, before we left. And then you can refill it with just water, because Disney does have free cups of water if you ask. And there are a few, very few, but there are a few drinking fountains as well. And so you can refill your cup up with just water, throughout the day. Especially on those hot days, you're going to need lots of water.
So, so on this question from one of my viewers, and they put a comma, how much would you save on that type of package? I don't know. I've never.
Well,
the difference.
It says right here, save up to $500. So I believe that. I believe that. See, the quick service runs around $55 per adult per night. Okay. The children are about 20, 25, somewhere in that range. So if you get that for free, that's going to add up quick.
Yeah, I could see that. I guess it depends on how many people are in there and which restaurants you choose, because there's some restaurants with food prices that are lower. So if they're lower, then your savings obviously will be lower as well, right?
Right. So you want to take full advantage of all of those dining credits, and pick out, especially for the table services, I don't want to jinx it, but Ohana is still 1 table service. And
really? Ohana's still 1? Wow.
It's still 1. So that is a huge value. All you can eat, steak, shrimp, chicken, noodles. I mean, it's just amazing. Can't believe that, it's such a great value. Now, if you are wanting to do more of the signature dining, or like Cinderella's Royal Table, or Beauty and the Beast, anything like that, where it's 2 table services, I would almost recommend going with the deluxe plan. You get 3 meals a day, which you can use them as quick service or table service. And the great part about the dining plan is you can mix and match it however you want. You don't have to use any certain credits in any certain day. So you can just, it's kind of like tokens in a hat, just use them as needed. And when you take them out and use them up till they're gone. And so, and now, even with the plus dining, which this is brand new in the last year or two, you can get adult beverages on those as well. So you had to get the deluxe dining for that. So anyway, like I said, it just depends on how you use it, but you can definitely get your money's worth out of those, because I know, like, whenever we went to Tusker House, that's an all-you-can-eat buffet, and oh my gosh, so delicious. We had such a good meal there.
Is that 1 credit?
It's 1 credit.
Wow.
1. And it's $50 a person, over $50 a person to pay out of pocket for that. So you can really find some good deals in with that dining plan.
Guys, you heard it from here. A lot of the buffets here, the really good ones in Disney, there's still 1 credit. So if you go there, you have credits, make sure you go and check that out. So yeah. My thought was, every time I go Disney dining plan, I will actually look at the prices first, and I'll look for the most expensive damn restaurant there and go eat there to get my money's worth.
Exactly. And you get the character experiences a lot of times, like with Crystal Palace, that's an all-you-can-eat buffet. It's right there on Main Street. It's got characters and everything. And you know, even Chef Mickey's. Even Chef Mickey's is one credit, all you can eat buffet, characters and everything. I mean, it's fantastic. Garden,
That
garden grills
that's
and,
fantastic.
you know,
And they're all one.
one,
I'm shocked because you're right. It's like about $50 per
at,
person for dinner.
at least.
Yeah,
Yes. So
that's fantastic. So
it,
really quick, I'm gonna do a quick roll call. Barrel Boy, thank you very much for coming. Lena, how are you? So Slot Machine Love actually said that this was really funny. He says he went to McDonald's right in front of Disneyland before heading to Disneyland, and man, that was crazy crowded. I'm sure everybody's trying to do this there.
oh yes.
So there the other two questions. Hey Belle, I totally forgot. I didn't see you, Belle Southern. How are you? Thank you for joining us. So let's go back to the Q&A for our folks and the this other I guess questions are actually one a few of them are international. So I'm gonna go with one of the international first. Out of all the Disney parks, outside of the United States get the most bang for your buck? I have no idea.
Yeah, I have not priced them out, but I will say that from the videos that I've seen on YouTube, that Tokyo Disney looks just fantastic. I was very impressed with what I saw there. Uh, and I would say a close second would be Disneyland Paris. You know, both have such a reflection of the culture, you know, the local culture. And when I travel, I'm kind of a history buff. So whenever I travel, I like to experience the history and the culture of wherever it is that I'm going. I know, you know, like I said, all I can do is, you know, what I've seen on YouTube, but I know from what I've seen, it looks fantastic, and those two I think would be very very interesting to go to.
The second part, this is probably where you may have to take away as well. The second part of this question actually says, do these parks have plans or deals? Which I'm assuming they do, but I don't know because I haven't really priced them out as a package. I've actually planned them out separately myself.
Right. So that's kind of the bummer of my expertise is I don't know if I am allowed or whatever the word is to sell uh, international. Now, if you start in the United States and go international, that I can do. But I
Yeah,
don't.
so the questions, actually there were two questions from this. Both of them are from the United States.
Yeah. Yes, from the United States, I can definitely help you, you know, go to international destinations. We have, outside of Disney, I have tour companies that I use, and they will hold your hand from the time you leave your front door till the time you come back and unpack. I mean, they are just phenomenal. They will, uh, you know, plan your whole trip. I mean, you have some leisure time, you know, don't get me wrong, but I've done tours to Italy, I've done tours to Ireland. Uh, so I mean, we can do the UK. I mean, just whatever you're looking for, uh, I can make it happen.
So here's a question. I have to say that I did answer the person very high level. So I want to tell you. So the question is, should I book my trip with a travel agent or should I do it myself? My thing was, if you have the time and you want to deal with it and deal with the headache, and if there's something that goes wrong, you have to deal with it. Or if you don't want to deal with that headache, then get a travel agent. So essentially, what this question from one of my viewers is, what's the benefit of going through a travel agent?
You are exactly right. Exactly right. You know, like I said, if you don't want to sit on hold for an hour or two, you know, dealing with the ins and outs of your vacation. I know a lot of people are so busy and they don't want the stress either of trying to plan all of that, you know, and making sure and double checking, you know, that everything is in order. That's where I come in. So you can just text me and say, hey, this is where I want to go. This is when I want to go. This is who's going, you know, help me out. And so I go in there and I'll send you, you know, some suggestions, or you can send me, you know, we go back and forth to try to figure out which, you know, which resort or which cruise line or whatever, you know, Disney trip, whatever it is. Uh, and so I do most of my business just through text messages and Facebook messages, things like that. They just message me, take care of this. I get it done, send them their confirmations, make sure that they know, like with the cruise lines, you have to do an online check-in, you know, and make sure they know how to do that and everything. And just, you know, giving them basically just holding their hand through the whole thing. So that's what I'm here to do. So, you know, if you are an avid traveler and you know, got this down and, you know, you've got the time and the patience to deal with it, then like you said, go out on your own. But you know what I do a lot of is I do a lot of honeymoons, honestly. Because if you think about it, these are usually, I mean, of course, you know, we have people that get married when they're older, but usually they're younger couples that have never traveled. And even if they did travel, they were with their parents. So they've never traveled like on their own. And so I am there to help them, you know, to guide them through all of that. And so that's kind of where my service comes in. If you need guidance, and or you don't have the time or something like that, then that's when, you know, a travel agent really is going to come in handy.
So just to give you an idea how useful, I guess, a travel agent is, more than a few years ago, I worked for a boss who loved Disney, but you know, he's kind of like, you know, he didn't have time to take care of all this stuff, and it was a really busy season. So I told him, you know, if you can't do this yourself, you might as well get a travel agent. They'll hold your hands through the whole process. So when he came back, he actually told me a story that could have went really bad. He booked it through a travel agent. He was staying at the Coronado Springs. All the medium, middle grade, I guess, tier, I guess, resorts were booked up, but he had the booking, so they overbooked him. So he called the travel agent. Travel agent went on a horn within 20 minutes. They told him go to the Animal Kingdom Lodge. They upgraded him for free.
Wow.
So it was just because of that. So for those of you who don't want headaches, it is helpful. Hey, Molly.
Absolutely.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
So
I've heard some stories like that, and you know, it's unfortunate that those things happen. But when they do you want to, like you said, be able to handle that on your own, or do you want someone who is Disney certified, CLIA certified, you know, all of that with years of experience on your side? So
yeah. And then so from the last question that I was able to pull is in terms of travel. Is it better to book a package deal with the flights through Disney or do it separately? This I thought this was kind of weird because I never really thought of it, so I didn't have an answer for this person, so I kind of thought, you know what, since you're coming on, I'm giving you the question.
oh, I appreciate it. That's what I'm here for. To be real honest, I have found that booking your flights either through Disney or the cruise line, whichever the case may be, is not ideal. They have a very limited supply. Like they don't have like the full gamut. You know, they don't have like all the flights available. They have certain ones that they have contracted through the airlines. But basically, usually it's not a whole lot of price difference, you know, and they don't have the selection there. Uh,
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna tell on myself a little bit here, but we usually book our flights through Southwest, and Southwest does not use travel agents. Okay, but now I don't know about your airport, but through our airport, they have the best nonstops, the most nonstops, and we like to do those nonstops. Now you can usually save some money if you want to do some stops, but we've done that and went down that road before. It wasn't that much fun. So we like the direct flights. So I always suggest just to go on Southwest app. You can book it right on your phone. Very, very easy. Just pick out your dates and the time you want to go, and boom, done.
You know, one of the things that I have to say is that it really, just like you said, everybody has a preference. But here's the thing: I travel a lot, and one of the things that I've realized is it depends on the market and it depends on which airport. To give you an example, you know, my favorite park is actually Disneyland, believe it or not. And I'm in Atlanta, so I'm in the East Coast. So I've actually priced out the prices from Atlanta to LAX. And believe it or not, it's actually cheaper for me to fly out to LA than for me to fly out to Orlando, which is only a few hundred miles away. To
Crazy,
give you,
right?
there it is. To give you an idea, my cost to go to LA this past spring I was there, it was 289 round trip.
Wow.
And then my trip to Orlando, believe it or not, remember, this is Georgia's here and the Florida's right below us. And that's, you know, that's it, right? That flight would have cost me 389.
Oh, easy. Yeah. Yeah.
So, you
Great.
know, when you do travel, do some real comparisons. So, really, before we go on to your next tip, so we have Eva Kalma's kitchen. Just really quick, for those of you who like cooking channels, I actually enjoy her cooking channel. I've actually used a few of her recipes, and it turned out pretty good.
Huh?
So just really quick, she's actually here. She's all about, you know, teaching how to cook. So just FYI, making sure. So Eve, thank you for coming. So now let's go to the next and the last deal from Cheri. So one of the things that we've actually talked about is anything. So the third one is anything that's not Disney related. So it's up to her to pick to see what she wants to present to kind of show you, hey, these are the possibilities. So this one is about anything else but Disney. So Cheri, you have the floor.
Thank you very much. Okay. Well, you know, guys, and again, this is going to vary from city to city, you know, depending on your gateway. I have picked St. Louis because that's where we are. But you can definitely, you know, like I said, message me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever the case may be. Send me, you know, comment on one of my videos on YouTube, and I can tailor these deals to whatever city that you live in. But as an example, Cancun. Cancun, you know, like I said, I do a lot of honeymoons, and so a lot of times they are very, very budget conscious in their honeymoons because, you know, they're usually just starting out and things like that. So I think the best deals are the all-inclusives to Cancun. I mean, you seriously cannot beat these. I have used this resort a lot. It's the Grand Sunset Princess. And gosh, guys, I mean, for all-inclusive, you're talking about your flight, your transfers, which people are like, what are transfers? Transfers is the shuttle that's going to take you from the airport to your resort. Okay. So you get your shuttle service, I'll say. Okay. So your flight, your shuttle service, your resort, which has, you know, just tons of amenities, all of your food, drinks, even adult beverages. I mean, everything included. So pretty much door-to-door service. And I'm showing right now, this is just a 3-night package, but 609 per person. And that also goes for the Iberostar Paraiso Del Mar, which we stayed at the Iberostar. We stayed at the Lindo, but this is their sister resort, and they're all right there together. There's like 3 or 4 of them, you know, all right there together, and those were just fantastic. We were very, very impressed. So I would say those 2 in Cancun. Now, when I say Cancun, these are actually Riviera Maya, so these are not in the what quote unquote party zone. If you want party zone, I can send you to the party zone, don't worry. But you know, most of my clients are either honeymooners or anniversary trips, you know, couple trips and things like that. So, or family, you know, maybe they want to take the whole family and go. So, you know, either of those are really good for that sort of thing. But no matter what you're looking for, if you're looking for adults only or kid friendly or whatever it is, then, you know, I can tailor, you know, your vacation to whatever you're looking for.
That's awesome. So guys, I hope everybody had fun. I could see that, you know, from attendance perspective, a lot of people stayed on. So really, really interested in understanding, you know, how to save money and some of the deals. So thank you very much. So with that said, Cheri, do me a favor. Could you tell them your Twitter or YouTube or however other ways that you want them to get in contact with you regarding some of the deals?
Absolutely. So I will just put a quick hello here in the chat. So if you want to click on my channel there, you can find my channel there. I am also on Facebook. I have a Facebook business page. It's Awesome Sunsets World Travel. I have Instagram, which is Cheri_Awesome Sunsets Travel. I have a Twitter, which is @TravelAwesome. So if you want to follow me, guys, on there, I put deals on there all the time. I put news items on there all the time. I'm doing live streams now. So my schedule right now has been Friday mornings, but that may change. So make sure you follow me on the liveplace.com. And Dean from Dreamers Empire puts my live streams on there. So if you like to talk about travel or you like to travel or whatever the case may be, follow me on there. I'm going to be doing a smaller trip here in a couple of weeks. And so I'm going to be trying to do live streams on location from that vacation. I'm going to be doing live streams from the cruise ship, hopefully in February. So I'm so excited about that, and be doing some vlogs and things like that. So we're going on the Royal Caribbean Oasis of the Seas for a Valentine's Day cruise. And I'm just so excited. It's going to be so much fun. So just follow me on all of my adventures. And guys, I'm telling you, you only get one life to live. So get out there, enjoy it, enjoy this beautiful planet that God has created for us, and just don't waste another minute. Get out there and see and experience everything that you possibly can.
Wait, is Oasis of the Sea that big, gigantic one that looks like a spaceship?
It is. It's like one of the hugest. Now, I think the Symphony of the Seas has taken over the top spot as the biggest cruise ship in the world right now. but the Oasis class ships were in their when they came out anyway, the biggest that had ever sailed. So we are going to be on the biggest ship we've ever been on. I'm going to zip line across the cruise ship, and it's just going to be so much fun. And my husband will be there to film it all, and you can make fun of me as much as you want. It's going to be so much fun.
So, guys, really quick, I like to read. A lot of times I read about, different things. And this is not just Disney. You surprised, huh? But one of the things that I have to tell you, though, those big ships is these things underneath the water, they have wings. They actually have wings. They actually stabilize your ship. So the older ships that you see out there, the smaller ones, if you hit a storm, you're going to really feel it. The big ones there, they actually use it as a fin so they could kind of adjust the rolls and the pitch. So if you ever decide, to go on a cruise, I would highly suggest you go to the larger one, simply because the information that I read was actually from a trade journal, and they pretty much said in terms of their calculation, it actually reduces the pitch and roll of some of these big waves by more than 50 to 60% and up.
Oh, yeah. The new cruise ships that are coming out these days are definitely state of the art. I mean, they are next level. And so if you haven't cruised in a few years or so, try it again. Try it again, because it is a whole new ballgame.
Molly, so Molly says she's afraid of food poisoning. This is the funniest thing. That's actually one of my fears too. But Molly, D&G Explorers, go hang out with, go check them out. They're really, really big on cruising. I mean, they're going to go on a cruise in another 2 weeks. We're going to get more cruise stuff. So if you want to, kind of see what they're doing on Disney cruises and all that stuff, it's great. But in terms of Cheri, what could you say about food poisoning and stuff like that? I mean, I can't.
Well, I am always what I tell folks, from being scared to fly or being scared to cruise or whatever it is, don't live your life like that. Get out there, enjoy yourself. I have been on so many cruises, I've never gotten sick, all inclusives. The food has always been impeccable, just impeccable. And my husband was always such a picky eater. And it was so funny because when the first big trip that we did to Cancun, I thought he's going to starve to death all week, But he, all of the buffet, it was all in Spanish, so he couldn't read it. He didn't know what he was eating, so it was perfect. So he was just trying all kinds of new things. And now when we go on the cruise ship, I mean, honestly, I feel like a princess when I'm on these ships. I mean, they just cater to you hand and foot. And that, I will say, if you have something, you order something on the cruise ship in the main dining room and you don't like it, guess what? You can order more. You can order as many entrees, as many desserts, as many appetizers as you want. So it's not like whenever you go to a restaurant at your local city, and you order something and you don't like it, and here you spend all this money on something that you didn't like. Well, on the cruise ship, they'll just bring you a replacement. They'll bring you something else. So don't be afraid to speak up and just get something else.
Oh my God. Mental note, if I ever go on a cruise, I need to diet 2 months before that, if that's the case.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Definitely be prepared before you go.
So in terms of, everybody, you now know that this is going to be a part of our show going forward. And for those of you out there who want, or perhaps may want to include something like this as a part of your show, please feel free to reach out to Cheri and kind of work something out with her. I'm sure if she has time, she'll be able to kind of hop on for you. So this is, again, this is what we're going to do. We're going to be showcasing a lot of our friends on what they're doing online to help them grow their business. So we kicked this off with Cheri. So Cheri, thank you really much for coming and being
Oh,
the first one.
thank you so much. Like I said, it was so much fun. I can talk travel for hours and hours, but yeah, so I know that we'll be back and we'll be talking about more fun and exciting things. And yeah, so I thank you so much. This is so great of you to do this, Kenny, and your small channel introductions and then your instructions, on the small YouTuber uh, learning series, all just phenomenal. So kudos.
Well, thank you very much. So, everybody, if you guys have any suggestions or questions or stuff like that for us, feel free to reach out to us. You have many fantastic channels in here currently. So, don't be afraid to kind of check each other out. And I can tell you, majority of the people that were in here, I know personally because I watch you guys, and, so support each other and understand that the folks in this stream will support you and they're not going to just click and leave. They're going to show their face and then tomorrow they'll unsubscribe you. These are not the guys in here. So if you think about this is our community is the primo community, guys. So, and other thing is Rob Fuzz, he's one of my partner channels. He's in here. So if you don't already know who he is, hang out with him. Go hang out. He does a lot of streams as well. Majority of his people in there are the same way. If they subscribe to you, they're going to be there with you for a long time. So, Rob, he's my first partner channel. Thank you very much. And all my mods, everybody who are mods in here, go check them out as well. I mean, all these mods, the reason why they are in here is because there's a reason. I trust them. So those people who are mods in here, kudos to you. Thank you all very much, for hanging out with us, and really making this a better place for everybody. So if you guys out there want to do some streaming and you want very reliable mods, you got a lot of people here. However, there's almost everybody in here now today. Look in here. They are no longer mods. They are part of my consideration for the next wave of mods being promoted. So that tells you the quality of people, including Cheri. So if you guys need moderators, Cheri's great. We also have, everybody in here, like Pirate Princess, More Sunshine. I mean, everybody in here, they're really great. Belle Southern, I can tell you, she's perfect. I've seen her done that in, help other channels and other channels, and Lisa as well. Juan, they many of us are already moderators out there. So if you need a really reliable moderator, go check my moderators out, or the folks that are not moderators yet of my channel. Hang out with them as well. Remember, one of the things that I did tell you about picking moderators is they have to gel with you. There are folks that are out there that just, I didn't feel it, right? Why make those people your mods if they don't feel like they fit in? So every one of my moderators and the folks that are hanging out in here, you guys rock. Thank you all very much, for all you do for our community. And we are here to make this community better and better, to help each other. Again, every stream that you will see that we are going to do together, it's about the betterment of everybody here. As long as, we stay connected, you will be able to see some of these, streams that will help the community out, right? Eventually, like I said, I'm going to shout a bunch of people out here to show that, hey, look, you guys are ready to be moderators. Some of these very, very large channels, if they do need moderators, if they watch this, they'll say, oh, you know what? Maybe that is true. Let me take a look at this. So that's what we want to do, is to make sure, you know, we have that, you know, his relationship. So everybody, Cheri, from Awesome Sunset Travels, if you need someone to help you through your travels, go hang out with her, go ask her to help you out. You know, this is the best way to help within, you know, stay within our community, help everybody grow. And I'm going to end that here, but with one other thing. Molly, churros are gross when they are cold. They get worse and worse as they become cold. First bite is great. Second bite, after a minute or so, it becomes eh. Third bite, after about 5-10 minutes, it's gross. Fourth bite, you could take that stick and throw it at someone, and you're gonna hurt them. So that's the reason why I don't like churros. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Everybody, thank you very much, and have a great weekend. Cheri, again, thank you very much for your help.
Thank you so much. Bye.